Hey, I was just looking. Just looking at this image right here.
It's pretty good.
I can't believe it. I own an Evo, and you own something called a Skyline.
I own a frog.
Yeah.
Matt Thomas today. Gonna do some major modifications to the frog. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little just like rebuild the gearbox, boost it. But before we do that, we're gonna paint match the grill, and we need to delete the light bar. Thoughts?
It's time to go.
Now a lot of people really like this light bar, myself included, but we've got to try and get optimal airflow into cooling because I've heard that VQ cooling systems aren't the best. The trim tool. Have you heard of car keys before?
No, bro.
Oh, this is different.
No, you don't need. No, stop.
It should just come out.
Oh, grill delete.
Oh, look, full-on bracket system going on here.
Yeah, someone did like a proper job.
Wiring here that goes.
I'm gonna assume it's this stuff.
Yeah.
Here. I don't like how it's going into the loom. That always worries me. Like, there's some obvious stuff that you can get rid of, like this ground with plastic crimps, and like this is obviously not factory. But honestly, you can just chop it right there and tuck it away and call it a day. And yeah, this thing will get these screws out.
Oh yeah.
Remove the grill, so that way we can just paint the grill as is.
No masking.
It's definitely plastic.
It really looks like a frog. More of a whale now.
It's becoming more and more amphibious.
Yeah, especially with this color. This thing belongs in the ocean. And one interesting thing about this car is the whole front end. This whole setup is completely fiberglass, apart from obviously the bash bar here. But yeah, I haven't seen many cars that have a fiberglass front end. It's meant to make repair in an incident easier. You just unbolt it and bolt a new one on. Show us your tools, mate.
What tools?
There's black chrome.
Yeah, you know what? It's really good in theory because they look fantastic. And then you place it there. And it's like, where did I put my 10 mil? Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry.
So the old 50 IQ delete.
That'll put you into negative IQ.
I know. What do you reckon the Nissan OEM part number is for that? Try. There you go.
Right there.
Okay, cool. The high beam is connected to the relay. The light is connected straight to the battery through the relay. Is it overkill? Yeah. Would I have just spliced it in on my own car? Probably. But I probably wouldn't be installing a light bar onto a V35 anyway, so what do I know? So these are just spade connectors. Okay.
It's removing the ground.
Get this out of the way. Simply these two, that's our light bar.
How do you know?
Because I can see it comes from this one here.
Right.
Disconnected. Now in theory, if you pull the light bar through, okay, so the light bar's gone.
No.
One's going behind here to where probably the battery, and it's nice because they're just spade connectors. I'm not cutting into anything yet. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. We've removed everything else now. This little brown wire here, which is the 12-volt signal for the high beam light. So now before I remove it, I'm asking you, Kevin, is there anything in the future that you'd like to probably install that would require you to switch the high beam on, and then you'd like that to come on as well? So maybe a light or neons or something, I don't know.
Maybe another light bar.
I'm gonna cut it right here. Yeah.
Well, no, neons is a good idea.
All right, so
But then,
leave it.
no, because you can't run neons off your high beam. Otherwise, you have high beams on when you're running neons.
That's right. So how about this?
Just cut the.
I'm gonna say it on camera on the record now. The brown wire is the one for the high beam. You know what I could do? A real dodgy would just be cut it right there, put some more electrical tape, and then no one will ever know.
That's what I thought you were gonna do.
I was gonna do a solid and really undo it and solder it back up and heat shrink it, but
Why?
yeah, no one will ever see it, eh? Alright, done. What kind of juice do you want, bro?
I reckon I'll go a Pepsi.
Pepsi, done. Let's fit into your macros,
what
bro.
a fridge. It's Sunday, bro. No macros on Sundays. Alright, well, light bar's deleted. Thank you so much to Thomas for his hard work and knowledge, because I would have just cut things and I would have just deleted lights, not the light bar. Gonna unbolt the mesh out of the grill, get it sanded down. We're gonna hit it with, well, wax and grease remover first, then plastic primer, let it dry. Then gonna hit it with some paint.
Yes, we're gonna paint match it, give it some 2K clear after that.
Yeah, we went to Pep's Spares in Hoxton Park, legendary spares shop. Picked up some B16 Nissan Blue and some Chameleon clear coat 2K spray. This actually cost more than the paint, so freaking better be good, Thomas, because he made me buy it.
It's chameleon.
He's just marinating the grill.
Just marinating it. We're gonna let it sit in the fridge for a couple hours.
Yeah,
before we throw it
what's
on
the
grill.
mixture?
Grill is 1 part Capra reset to 15 parts of water.
Okay, right. Wait, what's Carpro Reset?
It is just a car wash, bro.
Oh, right.
Nothing crazy. I had this laying around because I was washing some other parts. Just general dirt off. We're still gonna hit it with some wax and grease remover after this. But just to look, I had this in the bucket ready to go, so why not?
So Thomas here does a lot of car detailing and then some custom work as well. That's his daily driver there. We'll look into it later, I reckon. Maybe I'll do a separate video.
Maybe.
Separate, yeah. Why not? Separate
Maybe
video.
the end of this video will be just me opening the trunk and then it just cuts and you just don't see what's there.
Oh, okay.
We're just scuffing the surface up. You don't want to go too ham, like we don't want to destroy the plastic. We're just getting it ready for paint.
Spraying this in wax and grease color. But show us the paint, bro. Show us the paint.
So we're using the Balkan.
Yeah, Balchan wax and grease remover. It's pretty good paint. It doesn't smell
The
quite
only
like
thing
paint.
is,
But
you gotta be careful because if you wipe it, the paint comes off.
yeah. Why are you wiping the paint off? You're gonna just do another coat, yeah?
Yeah, well, look, we'll just hit it with another coat after this.
Ah, sweet. That's one of the good things about wax and grease remover paint.
Is that you just keep painting it.
Yeah. Just giving the grill another coat of wax and grease, and then we're going to hit it with primer filler.
Once the primer's fully dried, we're going to give it a 600 wet to make sure it's really nice and smooth, and it'll be ready to take our base coat. In the time that we wait for the primer to dry, we might get started on the headlights. We're going to sand those back with my new sander that I got from AliExpress.
Oh, it smells so good. I meant to paint the grill, not the table.
That is true. Bring this right forward. And we're not looking to paint the whole thing in one go. You're just putting down what they call like a tap coat, just to get it started.
We've let it sit for about 12 seconds. We're going to do the next coat.
Yep.
So this is the last coat. Thomas is a bit of a perfectionist. I didn't even know we had to plastic primer it. I thought I could just paint the blue onto the grill as is, but I'm really glad he's doing it because he's actually painted things. The only thing I painted was that aluminium headlight cover.
And you did well, but that was a nice easy job because
there's no prep needed.
It was a solid metal color, and I think the paint that you used was like self-primering as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And you know, that car wasn't a show car, but this Skyline is a show car.
That's looking pretty well primed to me.
I agree.
We will come back and give that a very light 600 wet afterwards.
Probably give it like half an hour in the sun.
Yep.
Lovely. So we've taken the front bar off, which was fun. Plenty of little bolts to undo, nothing too crazy, so that Thomas here can give these lights a nice polish up. Just because if we had the bar on, he was saying it might damage the section of the bar that sits just under the lights. This is what a stock front end of a VQ looks like. Sorry, a V35. Bit of styrofoam, which I wasn't expecting.
So the beautiful thing about dry sandpaper is that once your paper gets gummed up, you can grab a microfiber like this, take away all your residue, do the same thing on your light, and you're good to keep going. I'm also not getting paid for this, so disclaimer there.
Yeah, I made him buy his own lunch as well.
Yeah, I know. Absolute fucking
What a dog.
What a dog, bro. Nah, it's chill. I'm doing this because I like to do it and I like results. If I was to wet this down, that's sort of like simulating if it were to have, say, a clear coat on it or something like that. Like, it's not too bad. It's still got a bit of a yellowish tinge to it, which on another day I'd probably go chase a little bit more, but we'll see how good we can get it for today and might call it there. So yeah, this is 1,500. I'll go another round, we'll do the other one, and then we'll go up to 2, and from 2 we'll compound it, wash the car, and then once it's washed, we'll mask everything up again and give it a spray with a headlight sealant so that it stays and we don't lose our nice finish.
That's in the midst of being polished, and this is the final result.
And I'll just do a little finish on that as well, just to like really seal the deal.
Holy.
After we get the car painted, I mean, I keep saying we're gonna get the car painted, I wish. After we get the car washed, we'll mask it all up again, and we'll add proper headlight spray protectant so that it doesn't go yellow in 2 weeks. Ew! So it's all nice and dry. It's got a bit of a grain to it, which is normal for primer. That's how it's gone down. So we're gonna get this primer really smooth now. So I'm just giving it a spray down with water.
What kind of water?
It's just regular water. And we're just very lightly taking this back.
That's like 600 wet, yeah?
600 wet. Concentrating mostly on the larger areas, because that's what you're gonna see. So this front part, want to make sure that's nice and flat. And also you're adding a bit of grit to the primer so that your base coat sticks down nicely on it. Inside your corner.
This is the second coat now. First coat was a tack coat, as Thomas liked to call it. So he's going a bit slower, I think. Smoother. Bro, that looks so good. It's like coming into the color now.
Yep.
I reckon I'd probably be better than Thomas, but I've got to give him the experience. This painting, because he tends to crash his cars into plastic barriers a lot. Yeah, gotta let the apprentice, you know, get some experience, some seat time. Yeah, I bend suspension parts and Thomas bends body panels. So Gonna give the Skyline a wash now. It's parked up next to Thomas's Evo, which is so clean, man. This thing's a beast. Yeah, Thomas loves his clean car, so he's gonna work his magic. What?
Yeah, shocking water behaviour. It's just completely flat, doesn't feed, doesn't sheet off the panel. It's not what we would like to see.
Who uses 2 buckets?
Anyone that cares about their vehicle. Actually, my 3rd bucket, I've got to go get it. It's my little bucket's out the back.
I spent hours over the course of a few days hand peeling the plasti dip off those wheels. I hate plasti dip, man. I hate it so much. Off the chameleon.
That's just one coat down. Again.
Oh my god.
It came up okay. It's pretty good. So if we have a look at it there, and then if you bring it over to here, it's just, there's nowhere near the same amount of detail in that fluorescent light. You see that the light gets much closer together.
Yeah.
It's a bit, that's a much better. I don't know how well that's going to come through on the camera. If we would just watch, as soon as we come to this line here, we get a nice detailed image of that light. Over to the right, it all goes all over the place.
It's fluffy.
So that's what we're doing. Looking good. Look, it's not the best condition paint, but we're doing what we can with it. Really.
He's being pretty optimistic. The paint's actually really thin. I don't know, it's an 18-year-old car with original paint, so
we're just preserving really today.
yeah. And unfortunately, I can't really store it undercover or anything, so
it's always going to be outside.
It's just gonna get messed up. Soft 99
King of Gloss.
The old school wax.
Yeah. No ceramic coating here today.
This half's been done.
Just adding a little bit of something to protect it. Kevin will have to do it again. Not that he will, but also, like, have a smell of this.
Yeah. Oh,
it smells delicious, doesn't it?
well. The grille's been painted. We've given it a couple days to dry because I was busy and the clear coat needed like 10 hours to dry. So it's a couple days later, we've got the grill back on and we've commandeered a big spot in an empty car park. There you go. The paint match is immaculate.
Thank you very much, Pep's Auto Spares, Hoxton Park. Paint match was insane. Usually when you paint match such a small quantity, it doesn't always turn out 100%, but for a plastic part, like, I can't believe it. It's actually pretty impressive how good the color match is. It was a little fly that fell into our outdoor spray job, which was to be expected. But to be honest, I've sprayed stuff in a garage that's had more dust nibs and crap that's gotten in it than this, which we did literally entirely outdoors and towards the end of the day when the bugs start to come out. So super happy, great result.
And the headlights, Thomas did a fantastic job on the headlights. This honestly makes the car look, I don't know, just a lot more modern.
It's a bit more complete.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a 2000, like an early 2000s car, because I mean, a lot of early 2000s cars these days tend to have like yellow lights, and just by cleaning them up and refreshing them, it, in my opinion, it makes a big difference. But yeah,
super happy.
Bit of paint, bit of sanding, bit of water, car's washed, looks great. And thank you so much, Thomas.
No worries.
Yeah,
happy to see it looking like this.
Couldn't have done it without you. Well, I could have, but it would have been so much shitter. So here's your man, Venti SYD. Let's go. I reckon we're gonna do a walk around video of the Evo one day.
100%.
Yeah.
I'll show you what's in the boot.
This thing is pretty wild.